The town of Holloway was a place where time seemed to stand still. Nestled between misty mountains and dense forests, it was a town of cobblestone streets, flickering gas lamps, and whispers of old legends. It was here, in a creaky, ivy-covered house at the edge of town, that Lila Carter found herself on a cold autumn morning. She had returned to settle her grandfather's affairs after his passing, but what she discovered would change her life forever. Lila was no stranger to the town, but she had always been a woman of logic and reason. An engineer by trade, she believed in what she could see, touch, and measure. Magic, fate, and curses were the stuff of fairy tales, or so she thought. As she climbed the narrow stairs to the attic, the air grew thick with dust and memories. Boxes of old photographs, yellowed letters, and forgotten trinkets lined the room. It was there, tucked beneath a pile of moth-eaten blankets, that she found a small, intricately crafted pocket watch. Its brass casing was tarnished with age, but the delicate engravings of gears and constellations still gleamed faintly in the dim light. Lila turned the watch over in her hands, her fingers brushing against a hidden latch. With a soft click, the watch sprung open. But instead of numbers, the face was blank, the smooth, glassy surface that seemed to ripple like water. Before she could react, a vision flashed before her eyes, flames engulfing the town square, people screaming, and a clock tower collapsing in a shower of sparks. She stumbled back, her heart pounding. It was just a trick of the light, she told herself. A hallucination brought on by exhaustion. But later that day, as she stood in the town square, she watched in horror as the fire unfolded exactly as she had seen it. The watch was no ordinary timepiece. It was a window into the future, and it had chosen her. Desperate for answers, Lila sought out Elias Grant, the town's resident historian. Elias was a man of contradictions, charming yet guarded, knowledgeable yet skeptical. His office was a labyrinth of books, maps, and artifacts, each one holding a piece of Holloway's history. When Lila showed him the watch, his eyes lit up with a mix of curiosity and caution. "This," he said, "is no ordinary watch. It's one of Victor Holloway's creations." Victor Holloway, the legendary clockmaker, had vanished a century ago, leaving behind a legacy of mystery and intrigue. According to legend, he had crafted a series of timepieces, each imbued with a fragment of his soul. But his greatest creation, a device capable of controlling time itself, had been lost to history. As Lila and Elias examined the watch, they discovered a hidden compartment containing a cryptic note, "Seek the heart of time to break the chain." It was the first clue in a puzzle that would lead them deep into the town's secrets. Their journey began at the old clock tower, a towering structure that loomed over the town like a silent sentinel. Inside, they found a map etched into the gears, a map that pointed to a hidden labyrinth beneath the town. But as they delved deeper into the mystery, strange things began to happen. Time itself seemed to warp and twist around them. Clocks ticked backward, shadows moved on their own, and Lila's visions grew more frequent and more terrifying. The watch was not just a tool, it was a curse. And it was only the beginning. As the days passed, Lila began to notice the toll the watch was taking on her. Her reflection in the mirror seemed older, her hair streaked with silver, her eyes shadowed with fatigue. The watch was stealing her time, her life, with every use. Elias tried to reassure her, but even he couldn't deny the truth. The watch was cursed, and the more Lila relied on it, the closer she came to losing herself. Their search for answers led them to Mara Holloway, an elderly woman who lived on the outskirts of town. Mara was Victor Holloway's granddaughter, and she knew more about the watch than anyone. "The watch is just one piece of the puzzle," Mara explained. "Victor created it to protect the heart of time, the device that can control time itself. But it comes at a cost. Every time you use the watch, it takes a piece of your soul." Lila was torn. The watch had saved lives, but it was destroying hers. She wanted to destroy it, but Elias had other plans. One night, as Lila slept, Elias took the map and left. He believed he could find the heart of time and use it to rewrite history, to undo the mistakes of the past. But Lila knew the truth: the heart of time was too dangerous to fall into the wrong hands. She had to stop him. Beneath the town of Holloway lay a labyrinth of tunnels, each one filled with traps and puzzles designed to test the worthiness of those who sought the heart of time. Lila and Mara navigated the twisting passages, their footsteps echoing in the darkness. The air grew colder as they descended deeper into the earth. Strange symbols lined the walls, glowing faintly in the dim light of their lanterns. Each symbol was a clue, a piece of the puzzle that would lead them to the heart of time. But they weren't alone. The curse had taken on a life of its own, manifesting as a shadowy figure that pursued them through the tunnels. It fed on stolen time, growing stronger with every step. When they finally reached the heart of the labyrinth, they found Elias standing before a massive, intricately crafted clock. Its gears turned slowly, each one ticking like a heartbeat. "I can fix everything," Elias said, his voice filled with desperation. "I can undo the past, make things right." But Lila knew the truth. The heart of time was too powerful, too dangerous. It had to be destroyed. As they argued, the shadowy figure emerged from the darkness, its form shifting and twisting like smoke. Mara stepped forward, her eyes filled with determination. "Go," she said. "I'll hold it off." With a final, heartbreaking glance, Lila and Elias fled, leaving Mara behind to face the curse alone. In the end, it was Lila who made the choice. As she stood before the heart of time, she realized that the real treasure wasn't the device itself, it was the journey, the connections she had made, and the strength she had found within herself. With Elias by her side, she destroyed the heart of time, shattering the curse and restoring balance to the world. The shadowy figure dissolved into nothingness, and the watch in her hand grew still, its power fading away. As they emerged from the labyrinth, the sun was rising over Holloway, casting a golden light over the town. Lila felt a sense of peace she hadn't known in years. Elias took her hand, his eyes filled with gratitude and something more. "What now?" he asked. Lila smiled. "Now, we live." And so, they did. Together, they rebuilt the town, honoring the past while looking toward the future. The pocket watch was returned to the attic, a reminder of the journey that had brought them together. For Lila, it was more than just a story. It was a lesson, a reminder that time is precious, and that every moment is a gift to be cherished.